All right, welcome back. I'm Sandra D, the main event. We will not be talking about hair and we will not be talking about food on this segment. We are talking about narcissists. Okay, so this part of the segment that I wanted to bring up is to give a little bit enlightenment on regards to what a narcissist is. Okay, a narcissist is an adult, okay, who as a child was traumatized by someone that they trusted. And the person that they trusted violated them in some kind of way by either some type of abuse. They could have been raped, they could have been molested, they could have been rejected. They were probably mistreated by, a parent, a loved one who probably didn't want them around. Some of these things do occur and happen in a child's life when they're little, and it can cause trauma. And the trauma that they experienced was a suffered wrong. And because they were wounded and because they suffered a wrong as a child, and it was nothing that they could do about it because they were too little, they created this alter ego, okay, that as they were growing up, nobody would be able to ever hurt them again. Okay, so they have walls and exteriors that are built up over time because of the treatment that they received as a child that they never healed from, which was from their past. Okay, they didn't have someone that nurtured them, cared for them, and showed them something different. So they go around holding this hurt and this abuse. Okay, so when they get into relationships, they do see people who are nurturing. So when they see them, they feel like this is someone that can accept me. The difference is that they are never truly themselves because they mirrored you in order for them to befriend you, in order for them to be a part of your life. But when they did that, they started to show you the traumas of their past and the suffered wrongs that they've been through. And they're ashamed of those things. So when you expose those things to them, they take it as a threat. And as you're trying to harm them, that you're trying to hurt them. So they revert back and remember all the trauma and everything that they went through as a child because they never healed properly from it. So when you correct a narcissist and you see them for what they are and what they've been doing, because they decided to carry on that type of behavior and to carry it on into their adulthood, because they realize and they seen that, okay, now I'm an adult, I can control the scenario and the situation. And because they never got what they wanted as a child, as an adult, they learned certain things so that they can try to get what they lacked as a child and get it as an adult, but they use manipulation by getting what they want. They do these things because they never healed from their past. So they have the Peter Pan syndrome. They grew up into an adult, but they're still a child mentality. Okay? What you need to understand is that a narcissist cannot change its stripes. It just can't. A narcissist literally has to come to themselves and realize that they have to do the work and they have to go to therapy. So when they give you these sob stories and sad stories, these are things, some of these things really did happen to them. But you can't heal someone who is not willing to do the work and are willing to forgive and willing to recognize and realize that the person that hurt them wasn't you. And when you came to them, you didn't come to them out of disrespect. You came to them letting them know that that type of behavior and how they were treating you was not okay. But what they saw And what they felt was the trauma that they experienced from someone that they trusted as a child. You got to remember, a narcissist never grew up. They just a grown ass man, child, or woman. That's what they are. They never grew up. Again, the Peter Pan syndrome. So as they were growing up, they had this alter ego as a way to protect themselves, but also as a way of trying to figure out how they can make up for the things that they lack as a child that they didn't get, versus realizing that they needed to forgive the people that hurt them, let that go so that they can receive what God has for them as a grown adult. So do not get sucked in when they give you them sob stories. Don't go backwards. Keep going forward and collect $200 like they do on Monopoly. Because there is absolutely positively nothing that you can do to save a narcissist. Okay? A narcissist has to do the work. Only Jesus can save that soul. And only a professional therapist can give them the help that they need. And once they go through those processes, whichever one that they decide, that's when they can have relationships to where they don't have to manipulate. They ain't got to lie, Craig. And they don't have to go around and be in con artists, because then they'll be free to be their authentic selves versus going around mirroring people and deceiving them and manipulating them into thinking that they're this great person, because they're still holding on to past hurts, pains, and suffered wrongs of the past. All right, you guys, I just want to let you know a narcissist is someone who was wounded, who's never healed and never forgave, and they're stuck in the past and built this alter ego. And this is why hurt people in misery loves company. All right, remember, it ain't your job to save, it's Jesus. You keep on being amazing. I'll see you guys in the next video.